A Fox Valley man has been found guilty of killing his 2 children.
Closing arguments wrapped up earlier today for Matthew Beyer. The judge has sentenced him to back-to-back life sentences with no chance of parole. The children are pictured here. William Beyer, who is age 5, and Danielle Beyer, who is age 3. Fox 11's Lexi Schrader brings us balanced news coverage.
It was an emotional day in court as Matthew Beyer learned that he would be spending the rest of his life behind bars.
38-year-old Beyer was convicted of 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide for killing his 5-year-old son William and 3-year-old daughter Danielle. They were found dead in their Kaukauna home on February 17th, 2020.
We took away everything a mother dreams of being and watching their kids grow up.
Closing arguments began Tuesday morning. Jurors heard from both the defense.
If you can paint a picture that shows someone other than Matt in that scene, in the center of that picture, then you have reasonable doubt.
And the prosecution.
Our burden is to prove to all of you, beyond a reasonable doubt, that this defendant killed those 2 sweet kids, his children.
Beyer's defense team focused on blaming another man for the murders.
We don't know what the DNA experts would have found. Would they have found blood? Would they have found DNA?
While the prosecution said one of Beyer's motives was he wanted to stop paying child support.
The defendant did not like having to pay $132 each and every week, taken out of his paycheck before he even saw it.
The children's mother called police on February 17th, 2020 to report their deaths. Beyer initially denied being at the scene, but later admitted he was at the house, though he has denied killing the children. He chose not to testify during the trial. According to the autopsies, the children suffered multiple sharp force injuries.
And he stabs that sweet little face 5 times. 5. And she slowly starts to bleed out.
Each homicide count carries a mandatory life prison term, with the judge deciding if or when he would be eligible for parole. Sentencing began shortly after the verdict was reached Tuesday afternoon.
I've never sent somebody to life in prison without the opportunity for extended supervision.
But that changed after Judge Mark McGinnis sentenced Beyer.
I'm convinced that you are a ruthless killer. Without any remorse, without any sympathy, without any feelings of hurt or shame or embarrassment, and that you killed your own 2 kids.
Beyer is already serving a 5-year prison term for trying to escape jail when he was arrested. In Appleton, Lexi Schrader, Fox 11 News.
Following the jury's verdict, Kaukauna Mayor Tony Penterman released the following statement. He said for just over 1,000 days, this black cloud has hung over our community. With the jury's guilty verdict today, the sun can begin to shine again, and as a community, we can begin to heal. And we can finally celebrate that justice has been served for Will and Danny.